as well for armed robberies, pedestrian robberies,
Wow.
aggravated assaults and shootings to include homicide. At the time of this incident, Mr. Cannon was the youngest one in the group. He was 15 years old. He would have turned 16 later that month in July. Facilitating and really being the initial person to make an armed robbery happen at a gun deal like this would certainly be something from the state's perspective that would increase his reputation and status.
Increase his reputation and status.
Within that criminal street gang affiliation and group, specifically Inglewood Family Gangster Bloods. He also demonstrates just for...
Hey, yo, how they accusing these boys of, doing so much thievery and organized crime, and these boys using public defenders?
Reference a closeness to the Atlanta hybrid criminal street gang DFW, known as Down for Whatever.
Oh, yeah?
He appears to demonstrate...
Oh, If Gang is a hybrid gang, too, that has... Oh!
A sort of loyalty and association with Charlie and Isaac McDaniel, who were prosecuted...
Charlie and Isaac McDaniel? Who the fuck is that?
...prosecuted around the same time as this incident for a homicide.
These are the Sliders, the McDaniels.
Yes.
Okay.
Who is that? Hey, yo, somebody send me that article. I know somebody know what they talking about. Who's the McDaniels, the Sliders? The If Gang. Come on, baby. Hey, yo, this from 2021. And this crime is from goddamn 2016, I believe. Yeah.
Juvenile history. So this is his first. Obviously, he was SB 440 at the time of this homicide. He has picked up some additional incidents inside the jail. They appear all to be misdemeanor battery in nature. There is an arson in the 3rd degree as well, all picked up while inside the Wright Street facility.
Because the environment is just like the streets and it's built for you to do crime so you can stay in there, y'all. You forced to do it to survive. Yup. So you go and catch street charges.
He has a theft by receiving, 2 theft by receivings from 2016, a burglary from 2016, another burglary from 2017, and an aggravated assault from 2018. Those are all juvenile
I thought they wasn't able to use your juvenile record, y'all.
Adjudications before this incident actually occurred. I tried to take into account the age of Mr. Cannon, the fact that he sustained some serious injuries and was lucky really to leave that scene with his life. I do not believe, based on my review of the evidence, that his firearm caused the death of Mr. Daniel. However, from the state's perspective, he is the initial sort of kickoff to the series.
Mind you, he locked up right now because his man got smoked. Yeah. He robbed somebody and the dude banged the gun and killed his man and shot him 8 times. Yes, sir.
Of events that would lead to the taking of a life of Mr. Daniel. So all those things are taken into account, and I am prepared to make a recommendation to the court.
Research Center is where?
I think it's actually an Atlanta address, but it will fall in, if it was today, it would be South Fulton.
Okay.
2017, this would have been Fulton County Police. Right, about 6 months after this, they would have done the divide to City of South Fulton.
Okay. And Mr. Williams, as far as you understand, never got out of the car that he and Mr. Cannon and Mr. Griffin and Mr. Daniel showed up in.
That's right. And I'll talk to the court about that later if we're before you in a plea posture on Mr. Williams. But there was some social media posting that happened in the days following this shooting where Mr. Daniel describes we were just trying to get some money.
Mr. Williams describes?
I'm sorry, yes.
Okay.
Just basically saying RIP to Mr. Daniels and make some comment about trying to get some money. But the state's in a totally different posture as it pertains to Mr. Williams.
And then Mr. Griffin and Mr. Griffin was the first one out of the car, sitting in the back seat.
Right. He's the one who has that relationship.
Sure. And then he's joined eventually by Mr. Daniel.
That's right.
And then everything goes sideways.
Right.
Okay. And I know today we're here on Mr. Cannon, but you believe if and when I learn more about Mr. Griffin and Mr. Williams, there'll be similar connections to ABG and or DFW?
Actually, believe it or not, and this is something I'm sadly seeing all the time, there are similar connections to a criminal street gang organization, but totally different.
Okay.
Mr. Griffin demonstrates an association with the group Gangster Disciples, both in social media and act, text message content, in every way. Someone can be affiliated, tattoos.
Okay.
Mr. Williams is going to demonstrate an association with the criminal street gang YSL, or Young Slime Life.
Hey, where the posted nigga at right now?
What's going on with posted?
Hold on, posted came up.
I ever see E-Bands, I'm gonna break that nigga face.
Yeah, I can't give posted back to late night. That ain't happening. No, 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 no.
Y'all crazy. How the fuck he ABG and he robbed somebody with a YSL member? Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yeah. How the fuck he if gang and he was riding and robbed somebody with a YSL member, nigga? What's up? Man, hit my fucking cash app, man. Straight up. Yeah. Game over, nigga. Fuck niggas talking about. Yeah. Wake up. It's Sunday. I came with gifts in the whole nine. Fuck wrong with you? Niggas thought we was watching for no reason. Nigga, you ain't never expect that. You ain't never expect that. But guess what? Nigga, I'm going to take it a step further. This the nigga. I got that trial too. Fuck wrong with you? And guess what? Shorty ain't mentioned YSL over here. Yeah. But it's only a little bit of time apart. So why during his plea agreement she ain't mentioned that he YSL? She said the blood part. But you hear over in that trial, she claimed that this nigga Williams, yes, last name Williams. So him, ABG, If Gang, and this kid, YSL Blood, and this dude down here with the one eye, bro, what's up? What's up? You see he in street clothes, right? Oh, the chat quiet. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, that ain't hit? All right. Say less. So I guess it don't mean nothing. Fuck it. Hayden Scott. So this not important, y'all. What does this evidence mean to the YSL trial in the state's case right now? If Gang and YSL beefing. This 2021. This case right here, 2021. They got charged. Like, I think the charge is from 2016, if I'm not mistaken. So why do people not talking about this type stuff, though, y'all? And people talking about letters and all this? Real rap. But look, if he YSL, why this ain't in the RICO? And where if gang RICO at? Because I got more. I got more.
Sir, if you, both of you, Mr. Williams and Mr. Griffin, please raise your right hand for me, best that you can.
So yeah, that's that. Hold on.
Cheers. Yeah, because
2 years, okay?
it's been a while.
And I'm not guilty, sir.
Okay. With them, but that is a petition that an attorney filed, not a prosecutor.
Thank you very much. You can lower your hand. Please state your true, correct legal name for the record, sir.
Evanta Rashawn,
How do you spell your middle name?
RASHUN,
How old are you, sir?
23,
How far did you go in school?
10th grade.
Are you able to read, write, and understand the English language?
Yes,
And at this time, are you taking or under the influence of any alcohol, drugs, or prescription medications?
no,
Do you understand that you are charged in indictment number 18 SC 162373 with the following offenses? 1 count of participation in criminal street gang activity, subsection 1615-4 subsection A. 1 count of participation in criminal street gang activity in count 2, which is 1615-4 C. Count 3 is participation in criminal street gang activity, 1615-4 subsection H. 1 count of murder in count 4, 2 counts of felony murder in counts 5 and 6 of this indictment, 1 count of aggravated assault in count 7. Count 8 is possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. Count 9, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Count 10 is possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony.
The white lady got on green and pink.
1 count in count 11 of the sale of heroin. Count 12 is possession of heroin with the intent to distribute.
Oh yeah, this my type of party. Oh yeah.
Count 13 is possession of cocaine with the intent to distribute.
Whoa.
14 is obstruction of a law enforcement officer, which in your case is a misdemeanor. Count 15 is aggravated assault. Count 16 is possession of a weapon by an inmate, which the state intends to null pros today as a result of negotiations. And count 17, possession of a knife during the commission of a felony, which will also be a null pros on behalf of the state today as for this plea. Do you understand all those charges, sir?
yes,
So 16 and 17 dismissing.
That's right. And
Okay.
those are related to the jail.
Peter Taylor, you salute, Pete. I'm glad you're here. But sad to say, this channel ain't gonna be around long. So Judge McBurney doesn't like black people. Some people might be saying, oh, whoa, why you say that? He sounds nice. Well, I got some incriminating information off of his channel while I was doing my research that goes against YouTube's guidelines, and I think we have a lawsuit. I'm not going to talk about it right now. And I downloaded the evidence just in case they try to clean it up. So if you hear me talking right now, it's too late. I'm on your ass. Yup. On your ass. We talking lawsuit, Judge. And you should know what I'm talking about because you dropped the ball more than once. Yeah, spandex season. You's a bitch. Yeah. I don't really, let's just say this. He broke the law on his YouTube channel, right? I'm talking about drastically, right? Now, the law he broke shows his lack of concern. But not only do I get other proof of him claiming that they are concerned. Oh, yeah, I caught some footage of them talking about all the judges' YouTube channels. Yeah. And how Judge McBurney is one of the forward-thinking judges with the media, right? And helping them control the way the chat works on the YouTube channel. and what the people are saying in the comments. Yeah. So they privy to this type stuff. The image that's coming across from the channel, right? So that means the state is conscious of the YouTube channel. Yeah, he was talking about another judge's channel that he was helping him get right. Yeah, told him to turn the chat off on it. Yeah, that's a side note. But look, it was one thing that he was doing on his channel that was very, what do you want to call it? Disrespectful to the public. So let me give you an example. I'm going to just tell you what he did. He showed whole naked bodies on the autopsy table on his YouTube page. Totally nude. More than once. On a YouTube channel, y'all. I couldn't believe it. Exploiting black people. Remember, see, I used to always think, yo, why it seemed like they willing to show a dead black person on these TV shows a lot. But for some reason, when I watch these crime shows, I be seeming like they, when it come down to, you know, showing a white person, it's less, I swear to God. But being as though their population is 3 times high, I was confused. How is it so easy for me to see a black male just thrown out in the street, just laying there, just seen? It's a lot of these, y'all, but we only 13%. So I ain't good at math. But when I look around, right, I was thinking, well, shit, if we only 13%, that leave a whole motherfucking, like, what's that, 87%. So you know who the big group is. So how the fuck we wind up being the ones shown the most as far as being just laid out in the street? Most media is targeting towards the most popular people in the goddamn United States. So how the fuck when it come down to homicide footage in scenes, they just feel comfortable showing? I'm talking about the news, First 48, all TV shows with goddamn murder, bro. Blacks, men are the first ones to just be shown with no concern of, you know, yo, damn, why they gonna show them like that? We talking about from Mike Brown down to goddamn First 48 down to wherever the fuck you wanna go. Straight up, just showing a nigga laying there, right? So Judge McBurney, being a person that was showing concern about the way the comment was chatting on his YouTube page, he ain't privy that this nigga showing naked black men that's dead on goddamn motherfucking tables in the motherfucking. Not one, though. Not one. Not one. Not one. How I didn't get flagged, y'all? My channel, they catch me for all types of shit. Automatic flag. So they ain't see a nigga with his motherfucking jewels out. Whole black man laying there. Multiple angles, y'all. We talking dick pics. Yeah, on a YouTube channel. Yup. Yup. Was it intentional or they ain't know they was doing it? Which one? Oh, it's too late for them. I got a lawsuit against YouTube because I shouldn't have seen that. I ain't get no warning. That channel ain't get flagged. That shit been up there for years too, y'all. This is an old-ass video. So I guess, oh, that's not the only time, though. Nah, see, I done seen this numerous times. Yeah. Shit just flown under the radar. Straight nudity. But they'll flag a nigga channel for anything. I'm talking about the slightest of things, y'all. Seriously. But I guess because he a white judge, he could get away with it, huh? Okay. So that family, it's no respect for that family. You needed, okay. So the people that watch his channel, they ain't see it either. Because if he really was concerned about the well-being of the people, when you come across stuff like that, it would clearly be a mistake and you would clearly remove it, right? I mean, you even can go in and edit a video and take a clip out, y'all. Yes. So this just laziness by Georgia State. But they got the nerve to have the channel running, though. Okay. But you want to know what's weird about the channel? The channel got a lot of videos that's dealing with trials, dealing with gangs. Oh, yeah. See, I noticed this weird thing. It's a slew of different types of trials up here, right? But when you do get to the criminal ones, hear a lot of goddamn gang reference, y'all. Swear to God. I just noticed. It's like, hold on. But see, I went before the RICO. Yeah, what was going on in the courts before the RICO?
Incident, and I'll talk with the court during the factual basis about that. Do you understand, sir, that for each of those counts, each of those charges that I just read to you, you have the right to either plead guilty or not guilty to those charges. And if you chose to plead not guilty or to remain silent, you may receive a jury trial.
Yes.
Have you had enough time to speak with your lawyer, Ms. Young, about all the facts and circumstances of these cases, including any and all potential defenses to the charges that I just read to you?
Yes.
Do you need any more time to discuss this case with her?
No.
And are you satisfied with her services?
Yes.
Counsel, do you have a formal reading of the indictment?
We waive reading. Any defects or variances, objection or appeal as to that, Your Honor.
All right, and the state is unaware of any outstanding warrants related to any of the cases that merged into this indictment. Counsel, are you or your client aware of any outstanding warrants related to any of these cases?
No knowledge of any warrants, Judge.
And Mr. Hinton, has your attorney advised you of the minimum and maximum sentence for each of the charges that I just read to you?
Yes.
Do you understand then that for counts 1, 2, and 3, which are the participation in criminal street gang activity, the minimum is 5 years and the maximum is 20 years to serve? Count 4, which is murder, is a life sentence or mandatory minimum of life to serve. Counts 5 and 6 carry the same sentencing range. And I'll let the court know my global recommendation at the close of this. Count 7, aggravated assault, is a minimum of 1 year and a maximum of 20 years. Count 8, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, is a 5-year sentence to run consecutive to the court sentence on the other counts. Count 9, aggravated assault, minimum of 1 year, maximum of 20. Count 10, possession of a firearm, that's a 5-year sentence to run consecutive to the court's sentence on the other counts. Count 11, as indicted, the sale of heroin, has a minimum of 5 years and a maximum of 30 years. Count 12, as indicted, which is possession of heroin with the intent to distribute, 161330C, is a minimum of 2 years and a maximum of 15 years. Count 13, possession of cocaine with the intent to distribute, is a minimum of 5 years, maximum of 30 years. Count 14, which is that misdemeanor obstruction count, is a minimum of 1 day and a maximum of 12 months. Count 15 is aggravated assault, which is a minimum of 1 year and a maximum of 20 years. And counts 16 and 17, the state is recommending a dismissal on those counts. For the purposes of just streamlining going forward, the state's recommendation for the purposes of this plea today, negotiated plea, is going to be a global sentence of 30 years to serve, plus the 2 consecutive counts suspended. I think I can run those concurrently with one another, but the recommendation is for 5 consecutive to be suspended on the back end. The only counts I'm recommending a null frost for are counts 16 and 17. And my recommendation for the deviation on count 4, murder, is under 1710 6.1E. The state's position is that counts 5 and 6, the felony murders, will vacate as an operation of law. And count 7, which is the aggravated assault related to the homicide, will merge into count 4, the malice murder.
Understood. Thank you.
You understand, sir, that by pleading guilty to some of the charges in this indictment, specifically the murder count 4, you're pleading guilty to a serious violent felony.
Yes.
You also understand that that means you will serve the entire prison portion of that sentence imposed for the serious violent felony without the possibility of parole.
Yes.
You understand that neither the court or the district attorney's office has anything to do with parole, or the Department of Corrections or the Board of Pardons and Paroles, and no one could ever guarantee you parole.
Yes.
You understand that today's plea is what's called a negotiated plea, which means that your attorney and I will be making the same recommendation to the court, but that ultimately it's the court that will sentence you within that range.
Most hated.
As I outlined to you, the range that's authorized by law on each of those counts.
Yes.
Do you understand that this plea may be used to enhance sentencing on other convictions in this jurisdiction, as well as in other jurisdictions, including in the federal courts?
Yes.
Do you also understand that if you were currently on probation or parole of any kind, your probation or parole may be revoked based on you entering this guilty plea today?
Yes.
Do you also understand, Mr. Hinton, that if you were placed on probation of any kind as a result of today's plea, you cannot violate any criminal laws of any governmental unit or any special conditions of probation without then being subject to a revocation for the balance of your sentence.
Yes.
Do you understand that also means that you are not allowed to possess or use a firearm while on probation?
Yes.
Mr. Hinton, do you understand that if you are not a United States citizen, a guilty plea conviction will affect your immigration status? And this is true regardless of the advice of your attorney or anyone else.
Yes.
You also understand that neither the court, your attorney, or the district attorney's office, again, has anything to do with parole, the Department of Corrections, or the Board of Pardons and Paroles.
Yes.
You understand also that there may be other adverse or unfavorable consequences as a result of today's guilty plea convictions, just as there would be following a conviction after a trial. For example, your guilty plea may affect the right to vote, the right to hold public office, the right to serve on a jury, and the right to receive, possess, or transport a firearm.
Yes.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty to a felony, if you then receive, possess, transport, or use a firearm in another crime, you would be guilty of a felony, which may carry a sentence of 1 up to 15 years in prison.
Yes.
Do you understand, sir, that today you're going to waive any and all defenses, including any mental health defenses, by entering this plea of guilty?
Yes.
You also understand then if you went to trial, you would have the right to a trial by jury, including the right to see, hear, and confront the witnesses called by the state to testify against you, or the right to remain silent and not incriminate yourself.
Yes.
So then do you understand that by pleading guilty today, that you're going to be giving up or waiving the following rights? The right to a trial, remain silent and not incriminate yourself, the right to confront the witnesses called to testify against you, the right to the assistance of counsel hired by you, and the right to court-appointed counsel if you could not afford an attorney at the trial of your case, the right to the presumption of innocence, the right to testify on your own behalf and present other evidence. A friend being shot, that friend is actually Mr. Sean Brousseau. The factual basis, I'll inquire if they would like to briefly address the court when it's appropriate to do
And
so.
when you say they're multiple, you'll let me know which victims you're referring
Yes,
to.
it's the family related to the homicide victim.
Okay.
But I'll introduce the court. So the first factual basis will be for the incident that occurred on March the 29th of 2016. This is going to be the aggravated assault charge related to Mr. Sean Brousseau.
Mhm.
And his first name is SHAWN. Last name is BROUSSEAU. And the facts that give rise to that incident occurred on that date, March the 29th, 2016, at just about 11:30 p.m. that night. And officers are dispatched at that time to the intersection of Cameron Alexander Boulevard and Elm Street, which is located in Fulton County. All of the incidents that I'm about to describe to the court and the factual basis for this case all occur in an area of the city of Atlanta known as The Bluff, which is a neighborhood that occupies several streets in one of Atlanta's APD's zones. Officers are dispatched to the location as a result of a 911 call made by a female, Ashley Granger, Grainger is her last name, about a friend being shot. That friend is actually Mr. Sean Brousseau. Mr. Brousseau is ultimately able to be interviewed by officers and describe what happens despite sustaining a gunshot wound to the leg. He describes to officers that he was at the intersection of Sunset Avenue Northwest and Jet Street, again in the city of Atlanta. And he is approached by a male that goes by the name, or that was known to him by the alias of Lil Bro, who I expect the evidence to show to be the defendant. He's approached by the defendant at that date and time and actually accused of stealing from an associate of Lil Bro's. Mr. Hinton is extremely unhappy at that time. He denies the allegation, Mr. Brousseau does, and that interaction sort of turns into Mr. Hinton trying to sell him a certain quantity of heroin. When that sale is refused, Mr. Hinton becomes upset, pulls out a handgun and fires a round into the leg of Mr. Brousseau. He takes off from the location and Mr. Brousseau does the same, but is able to come in contact with an individual he has called dispatch. And as a result of that, the Atlanta Police Department works this aggravated assault. As a result of the homicide investigation in this case, Detective Mike Young from the homicide unit sort of reworked the aggravated assault because of the sort of nature of the interaction there, the geographic location, and the concentration of incidents related to Mr. Hinton. And if this case advanced to trial, I expect to have testimony from Mr. Brousseau that would identify Mr. Hinton and that was consistent with the account he gave to officers back in March of 2016.
Wow.
He was not unfortunately extremely seriously injured and is able to walk and has no lasting injuries as a result of the gunshot wound to the leg. The next incident is the March 30th, 2016 undercover drug buy that is related to,
now
so
we're
I'll just
talking.
say, so it's a little bit cleaner, for the March 29th, 2016 aggravated assault of Sean Brousseau. That's related to counts 9 and 10 of the indictment.
Yo, a controlled buy in 2016. That's what's missing from the YSL trial. So dudes do be getting hit with the controlled buy. Okay.
Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. And it's also sort of in the mix on count 1, which is the participation of criminal street gang activity as well. So this next factual basis is from March the 30th of 2016. And on that date at 407 Sunset Avenue, an undercover buy was conducted with this defendant, Mr. Avante Hinton, who sold to an undercover agent 0.67 grams of heroin, the quantity or for the price of $60. As a result of that interaction, which occurred again then in the Bluff, there were active warrants for this defendant, and that was later served, and the defendant was taken into custody at another drug business location or trap house, essentially in the Bluff. But that occurred on March the 30th, 2016.
In the Bluff.
Just around 12 o'clock in the afternoon. And that transaction, the March 30th, 2016 incident, is related to counts 11 of the indictment, as well as count 2, 1615 4C. That count is charged that way because as a result of the state's position is as a result of participation in criminal street gang activity, actually made an amount of money through that activity, which is why it's charged with the C subsection. The facts that give rise to the homicide case and all the related charges occurred on May the 31st, 2016.
That's 100 a gram.
At about 10:40 that evening.
Yo, I don't know why my YouTube acting dumb. But bro, in the Bluff, 2016. Oh yeah.
The 2016 incident is related to counts 11 of the indictment, as well as count 2, 1615 4C. That count is charged that way because as a result of
100 grams crazy.
Position is as a result of participation in criminal street gang activity, actually made an amount of money through that activity, which is why it's charged with the C.
It's 100,000. That's 100,000. Yeah, Slaughter. I know. That's what they say, right? I always thought it was odd that Holmes was allowed to call himself Mr. Dog Food, but he never went down for heroin. And I knew the amount of heroin that he was talking about was going to take you down for the rest of your life. So and I know the investigations involving heroin, they don't be playing. So if you loose, you're going down for the rest. Yeah, you having fun right now, but when it hit the fan, it's going to hit hard. So that's how I was able to say Holmes ain't transition over to that grass smooth and get chipped off like that. Because if you was moving with the dog food and you was able to maneuver, moving to the grass is a slower pace and easier. It's bulkier, but technically the mind state involved with the smack would have gave you enough of what you needed to be able to maneuver with the grass on a low-key level. You feel me? Or why not just pump your brakes totally? So that's how I knew Holmes wasn't official.
The facts that give rise to the homicide case and all the related charges occurred on May the 31st, 2016. At about 10:40 that evening, Mr. Hinton shot and ultimately killed Mr. Kaishon. His first name is Kaishaun Bernstein, with a .45 caliber handgun in the driveway of an abandoned house located at 409 Cairo Street. Again.
So look, y'all. Home situation, real crazy. Now, we don't know for sure if this dude was running with y'all. You know what I mean? But technically, you know how this type of stuff do work. Ain't too many players. Now, it could be some other teams, because if the bluff is known for smack, of course it would be multiple people, right? Still look fishy, though.
In the Bluff area of Atlanta, sort of the situation that gave rise to what would ultimately become the homicide was a group of individuals, including this defendant, Mr. Hinton, being suspicious of Mr. Bernstein. Mr. Bernstein was known by a lot of his friends as the nickname Ace. Around that time, I expect the evidence would have showed Ace had a close relationship with this group of individuals.
Hey, yo.
And back in the months prior to the
Atlanta people quiet as hell right now. Yo, the Atlanta people quiet as hell right now.
homicide had actually worked at a few of these drug locations.
Good morning.
A couple months before, there is a falling out essentially amongst the group. Ace is accused of stealing from the location, messing up the count on different nights, and using some of the product. As a result of
this
that,
my
he's
type of
essentially
party.
fired from his job at the trap house, and it cuts ties with the group. This happens with Ace and another one of his close friends who goes by the alias Young. His name is Anthony Sumlar, Sumlar. So those two have not been asked back to the trap house to do any work. The group that is currently working at the trap house, including this defendant, Avante Hinton, takes sort of an annual trip to Miami to celebrate the work that they're doing at these houses.
What? The
They go
Miami
to
trip?
Miami. When they return just after the the Memorial Day holiday, they learn that one of the trap houses has been broken into and counterfeit currency has been taken out of the location. So this is on May the 31st that they sort of return to the location and discover that one of the houses has been broken into. Ace and Young, or Mr. Bernstein and Mr. Sumlar, are suspected of being the individuals that broke into that location. And as a result of that, Avante Hinton uses the cell phone of Daryl Thomas and calls Ace.
Counterfeit money. What? How the fuck that work? Yo, what, you knew they was coming? So you put the counterfeit money in that? Like, yo, hold on. How you hit the spot for the counterfeit though? How the fuck the law even know what was gone? Who told him? Man, what type of shit is this?
Invites him over and says, hey, do you want to come over and make some money at one of the houses? Mr. Bernstein's friend, Mr. Summer.
Man, that's that fake money Rollo used to have on the plane. That shit was piled up. Niggas thought they hit the jackpot. Whole time, that was Rollo picture money they found. Man, I knew that shit was fake, man. Shit. Knew it. I ain't want to sound like no hater, but I'm like,
extremely
yo.
suspicious of this and says, don't go over there. That's not gonna You know, they suspect us of breaking into the house. Mr. Bernstein unfortunately decides
Yo,
to
imagine that shit.
try to let bygones be bygones and comes over to the house at the Sunset location.
Imagine you hit the
He comes
spot.
over to the house. There are
Get
multiple individuals still present there,
197,000 of fake
but
money.
it ultimately trickles down to just 3 individuals.
Man, I'll
not
kill
seeing
your
the
ass.
victims, the
I might have had a heart attack. Say it's counterfeit because they can't count for getting legit money. Nigga, yes, they can. They got all that smack they done got caught with. You can't call in no say niggas. You better not call and say niggas came nowhere and took no money. Nigga, your ass is hot. Hell yeah. First off, regular people don't even be having that much bread. So you just put yourself in a box. Yeah. Like if you even call reporting on some old, you was a target of a robbery, like a one where they came for the stash, who the fuck is you? You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. You don't want to come across saying nothing about no money got taken from you if you get to that paper. You don't want this on no paperwork. No. Investigations is ready to get crazy, bro. You just made yourself a lick. This is an automatic one. What happened? Somebody got kidnapped. I'm automatically thinking somebody kingpin. I'm going to keep it real. As soon as I even hear about kidnappings and you know, niggas, somebody got weight. Straight like that. I'm on y'all ass. Like, I know what time it is. Straight up. It don't even get to this level unless. So, we talking birds and up. Fuck going on. Straight up, kid. You know, like, niggas came to the spot to get the bread. Oh, hell no. I mean, hold on. First off, niggas took off the heroin, the niggas who got the smack. Oh, no, y'all niggas is on some other shit. It's about to be some murder. Oh, hell yeah. It's about to be some murder. Niggas, first off, this a back door. Super back door. Hell yeah. What? Niggas, y'all went out of town. And the spot got hit? Oh, hell yeah. Oh, it's about to be some murder. Oh yeah, this is triple cross. This the old school triple cross. This is like the most
that the state believes is going to be Mr. Carlton Bynum, B-Y-N-U-M. He goes by the alias Ugg or Uggy. At some point in that evening, I expect the evidence to show that the group leaves from Trap House A under the guise of going to a second location. Mr. Bernstein would have not necessarily been suspicious of that. They sort of work in tandem with multiple houses in the neighborhood. And at some point during that walk, they arrive at the location of 409 Caro Street, where ultimately Mr. Bernstein will be shot and killed. The medical examiner, I expect, would testify that there were 3 gunshot wounds into the back of Mr. Bernstein, one of them being close in range, which we can tell from soot and stippling, and the other 2 from a further distance. It's also consistent with where the 45 shell casings are collected. It looks like he is injured, runs some duration, and sort of collapses in the driveway at that house. At the same time that gunshots are fired along this walk from Trap House A to Trap House B, there are 2 911 callers in the neighborhood that call and describe hearing several gunshots and then seeing 2 males run away from the location. They describe the males as appearing extremely young in age, one being much shorter than the other and having a sort of t-shirt or something wrapped around their head, and the other being more stockier and a little bit taller. And those descriptions are consistent with Mr. Hinton and Mr. Bynum, and they leave the location. I expect the evidence to also show that when they leave that location, they subsequently arrive at a female's house in the area of Newtown Circle. When they arrive there, they are going to discuss the shooting. And then Mr. Hinton goes on the next day to tell an individual that he had to hit Ace 10 times with his handgun.
Yeah, you can hear me.
That handgun was essentially with Joshua.
Hold on one sec.
Yo, That was
Okay,
ratchet.
The gun was, the evidence will show that gun was shared with another individual. His name is Joshua Edwards. And the investigation also revealed that Mr. Edwards did in fact provide his .45 handgun to Mr. Hinton the day of the homicide. So as a result of Detective Young's investigation, he ultimately takes warrants for Mr. Hinton for the homicide. When he is picked up for that is when we have the last factual basis for those charges, and that occurred on June the 10th of 2016. This occurred at 416 Lindsay Street. Again, another one of the trap house locations associated with this group. At 2 o'clock in the afternoon, a series of officers, including Detective Young, executed a search warrant at that location, 416 Lindsay Street. Inside, they were able to locate Mr. Avante Hinton, who takes off from the location but is arrested a short distance away. And they also recovered individual plastic baggies of heroin that weighed 2.6 grams, individual plastic baggies of crack cocaine weighing approximately 2 grams, a lockbox with keys, and other evidence consistent with a drug business running out of the location. As a result of being taken into custody on the June 10th date, Mr. Hinton is ultimately interviewed by Detective Young, and that interview is the subject to that case that went up on appeal before the Supreme Court. I know this court has heard, as a result of our motions, testimony or proffers at least about the criminal street gang evidence in this case. But should this matter have advanced to trial, I would expect the evidence to show that this defendant is an associate of the Bloods, more specifically the Inglewood family gangster Bloods, and that his work being done in that trap house is directly related to that association.
What? What? Ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. Ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. Yeah. You now tuned in to 101.9 Slime Radio. Yeah, it's time to get money. Yeah, bitch. Where that Rico at? These niggas talented. These niggas talented. I swear to God. Whoa, whoa, whoa. These niggas talented, man. Ain't no way in hell, man. They got a real Rico. They got a fucking real Rico, bro. Heroin, bodies, a real gang. Yeah, hey Eddie Money. Okay. Yeah. This shit different, man. I swear to God.
That it would have been essentially Mr. Hinton's responsibility in his role, not only through that criminal street gang, but his sort of role in the business there at the trap house, to send a message back when there's something done wrong to the business or to the group. When this group learns that Mr. Bernstein, even if they mistakenly believe Mr. Bernstein broke into the house,
now that's furtherance in game.
To Mr. Hinton to sort of assert himself and get some sort of justice for that. He did that by shooting Keyshawn Bernstein 3 times in the back and then bragging about it to other individuals associated with that house. When Mr. Hinton is booked into custody, he's in for a period of time before he picks up the next series of charges that are related there, that are on the indictment.
I smell guilt.
So there should just be count 15 left.
Right.
Okay. I mean, 16 and 17, but those are, we don't need to hear about those.
So this occurs on the 20th day of May 2017. There's a group of individuals, all who are documented inside the jail as associates of the Bloods, that end up as a result of a dispute with Deontay Knox about affiliation with the Criminal Street Gang. Mr. Knox denies any affiliation with the gang, and there's a dispute with a large group as a result of that. He's struck multiple times, stomped, kicked. Once he's on the ground, continued to be struck about the head and face, and sustains injuries as a result of that encounter inside the jail. I took a close look at that case again this morning, looking first at his injuries, but all of the reports associated with the case. I was not satisfied about my ability to meet my burden on counts 16 and 17, specifically the possession of the shank while inside the jail. And so that's.
So you just mentioned it for no reason. He not being charged with it, but you just mentioned the link of the gang and incriminated him with the charge that you're not going to charge him with. Oh, okay. You ain't need to say all that shit if you ain't charging him with it. God damn. Damn.
That's why I'm asking that the court accept my null pros on 16 and 17. So the family of Mr. Bernstein is here in court. They've been here all day, but more importantly, they've been here throughout this entire process and have suffered a pretty devastating loss, not only with Kayshawn, but his mother actually lost two boys in a very short period of time. She's shown a lot of grace through this process and has been very patient with it and extremely understanding. I'm going to ask if anybody, she has other members of the family here that are always here every time that we're in court.
Y'all ready?
I'll ask if she'd like to make a statement to the court. Just give me 1 second.
Sure.
Oh, no, this ain't the case. I got some other content for y'all. I don't know what this lady about to say. See, yes, that's a fact. Tap the like button, y'all. I ain't done.
Just passing on what I've heard. Okay.
I ain't done, y'all. I got more.
No, you're stuck.
I got more. Just found some stuff I thought was interesting. But if you missed it, how the hell did ABG
So Ms. Convery, you will introduce each of the persons, and if they could come up sort of near that Starbucks cup of
in
yours,
2016.
That way Ms. Rivers will be able to hear them, but they'll be at right there's perfect. Thank you.
Has anyone on the internet exposed that? Seriously, the internet should be on fire right now. How the fuck is it a if gang YSL beef and these boys run around?
And how are you related to Ms. Okay.
She better get rid of that background.
We took him from my mom. He has a daughter. She got to grow up with a father. He has other younger siblings, not even me. We have another brother and two more little sisters that took away.
Future if gang slaughter.
I just don't feel like it was right. We had to live this for a rest of our life. Like I said, my mom lost her first son over.
So your brother was the oldest of all the kids?
Yeah, my son Bernstein was the oldest. And I just, it would never be right.
Ms. Bernstein, who is helping take care of your niece, your brother's daughter? Okay.
Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give and the matter pending before this court will be the truth?
Yo, is this kid related to Young Thug? His last name Williams, y'all. They said he YSL. I'm just wondering.
the whole truth, nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Both lower your hand. Mr. Griffin, please state your true, correct legal name for the record.
Andre Griffin.
And Mr. Williams, please state your true, correct legal name for the record, sir.
Demonte Williams.
Mr. Griffin.
All right. So, yeah. Hold on. What else I got? Damn, my internet want to act dumb. What is going on with YouTube? Why my YouTube been acting dumb? Mainly. Thug don't know him. That don't answer my question. He not related, period. Well, how is he linked to YSL? William George. Give me an answer that let me know you saying something for real, like you know for sure. If not, please relax. You feel me? Like that don't work. Just saying no. Thug don't know him. That is not an answer to my question. I talk for real. So if you give me a real answer, then I can respect it. But those two answers was you wasting your time. So either give me a real explanation or, relax a little bit, please. I mean, you can't just do that like that. You got to explain. So how you know? It's not. What we doing? Come on, Will. Come on, Willie. You got an explanation for him being with an If gang member? He just like the rest? Oh, yeah, you go in and stop talking then. You ain't got no explanation. Respectfully, Will, shut the fuck up. I mean that respectfully. Yeah, you ain't answering my question. Shut the fuck up right now. Move the fuck to the side. Get the fuck out my way when I'm doing real research, bitch. But I say that respectfully, though, so don't get in your feelings since you just talking frivolously. But I responded back with frivolous bullshit. Fuck boy. Stand down, bitch. So what's up now, Will? Stupid. Stop playing with me. Fuck wrong with you? Can't come in here blind like that. Bitch, we doing research. You can't just answer research like that. That corny shit. Straight up. Stop. You can't do that. So stop wasting our time. You mean? So what we doing? What we doing? Give me something better than that. You feel me? You can't just say, oh no. You got to say who it is. That's not none of his family. When somebody got so much family, how can you prove that? So you got to give me better info than that. You got to give me, yeah. So the Williams is saying they deep as shit, but ain't none of these Williams that we see connected though. Okay. PV Longway of Williams. You feel me? We got Misty D. Williams in the court. Is she a Williams? One of the most popular photographers in Atlanta is a Williams. Goddamn reporter on the ATL Homicide show with Williams. You know it's Mega Police that's Williams. So none of them not related. Okay. That's odd, but I believe you. I ain't saying, I'm just asking. Because, the Williams is a common name. But I'm just saying, how thin is the blood of the Williams? Meaning there's a lot of different Williams families? Oh, that's weird. Hold on, what else I got? Nah, what the other video I got? Nah, man, that's some bullshit. Look, they playing with me. Why YouTube acting dumb? What's going on with YouTube today? Some bullshit. What the hell? See, they hate. I ain't even doing nothing. Everything else working smooth, but YouTube want to play dumb all of a sudden. Let's see what it is. What's got it getting locked up like that? Something making it lock up, baby. Hold on, I had another video up here. Is this one? The one with Miss Love in a minute. It's probably these, to be honest. Yeah, they geek.
The testimony you're about to give and the matter pending before this court will be the truth, the whole. And this is not atypical to see groups that hold allegiance to a different local group working together for a common cause, whether it's to buy a weapon or to facilitate an armed robbery.
Got it. I am ready to hear your recommendation.
All right. As it pertains to count 1, which is that participation in criminal street gang activity count, the state's recommendation is 20 to serve 18. And just so the court knows.
Bro, so just to let y'all know, that's what I brought today. Yeah, I don't know why my YouTube acting dumb, bro. It's been doing that the last couple of days. Just freeze up on me. I don't know why. Ain't no other website doing it. It's just YouTube. Seriously. Who knows? But yeah, y'all, we got a YSL member with an If gang member doing a robbery. After Donovan Thomas, though. Yours been doing it too, Amy Lou? All right, well, at least it ain't just me. Yeah, they geeking, though, right now. I'm going to keep it real. They geeking. Yeah, something ain't right. It's the actual Firefox app. Yeah, something ain't right with that. Yeah, salute, y'all. I'm in here. My bad.
Disciples, both in social media and act, text message content, in every way. Someone can be affiliated tattoos.
Okay.
Mr. Williams is going to demonstrate an association with the criminal street gang YSL or Young Slime Life. And this is not atypical to see groups that hold allegiance to a different local group.
So, yo, make that make sense, y'all. This dude right here is If Gang. The homie he got locked up, his co-defendant is YSL. How that work? The charge from 2016. This court case from 3 years ago, before the RICO started. Matter of fact, 4 years ago, I believe. So make it make sense. And why the people in Atlanta ain't talking about this type stuff?
Working together for a common cause, whether it's to buy a weapon or.
And then she'll ask the same question of Mr. Williams. Just make
One shot.
Where the other video I had?
Okay.
Hold on. Nah, where that other one with love in them on it? I closed it. Ain't that a... I closed that other one I had. Hold on. Oh.
SB 13, but I can't.
$60 days, next couple months.
Nah, this one ain't there. Hold on, y'all. Hold up, baby. Hold on, y'all. YSL BB. I don't know. Hold up. Hold on,
The
y'all.
question doesn't make sense, let me know, and we'll work through that.
Oh, this
Please don't
is.
answer at the same time. The court reporter has to take down your answer separately. So Ms. Conn.
A poll. It was not a gun charge. I just wanted to point that out. But I will defer to Ms. Singleton as far as the juvenile history, certainly which would.
All right, y'all. So in this section of the video of today's stream, all right. So in this same video that got the YSL member with the last name Williams, right? We got Max Short in court today, right? Look, he doing some type of hearing with the judge. All right, hold up, stay still. Stay still, y'all. Watch this. And then we got same video, y'all.
HINGTON.
That face is crazy, ain't it? Yeah. Oh, I be in the cut. See, I be doing different type of, scrubbing. I don't even like being in, on this platform going through like this because I gotta be so safe. Like I can't just do raw search. I gotta go get real strategic and stay in like a bubble. But look what we got. Like, do y'all know how many DAs and lawyers is in Atlanta? What's the coincidence they all in here on this day? Like, look, hold on. I ain't done. I found Malnick too. K-Fab, K-Cast. Hell yeah. K-Fab. But look, this the one that did it. Same video, y'all. Same video. That's a trial too, y'all. They all in the same court.
And what was your position there when you retired in 2016?
Homicide investigator.
How long did you work as a homicide investigator?
25 years.
And were you peace officer standards and training certified or certified as a law enforcement officer for the state of Georgia the entire time that you were at the Atlanta Police Department?
I was.
Did you serve as lead detective in a homicide of the victim, Malik Buchanan?
I was not originally assigned the case. I picked it up as a cold case.
Okay. And when did you pick it up as a cold case?
In November of 2018.
When you picked it up as a cold case, did you take any steps to further the investigation?
I did.
And did those steps include photograph arrays to show to witnesses?
Yes.
She's stocky right here, ain't she? And she got on the Black Panther earrings.
Which witnesses is it that you were trying to determine the need to show photo arrays to?
There were two actual eyewitnesses reported in the original file.
Is her style different? Is her style different, bro?
That had witnessed the shooting of the victim. Corey Goodwin and Canada, Kristen Canada. So those were the two that I focused on.
Okay. Now, were Corey Goodman and Christine Canada in the city of Atlanta at the time that you began working on the case?
No.
Where was Christine Canada?
She was in Buffalo Grove, Illinois, attending medical school.
And where was Mr. Goodman?
He was in Alabama.
How then did you go about attempting to ascertain whether they would be able to recognize anyone in a photo array?
I was able to make phone contact with both of the witnesses prior to any photo identifications being presented. Was able to re-interview both of the subjects over the phone to get their recollection of the event, to see if it would be advantageous to continue the follow-up of the investigation, whether or not they got good looks at the victim or at the suspects, and whether or not they could recall the incident itself. Sometimes over lengths of time, people have a tendency to forget. Both of these.
Don't worry, y'all. We about to skim through though.
The event with clarity. And
that necklace looked like you went in somebody that got a tacky ass living room and they didn't put this type shit on the blinds. Whoever seen this type shit on niggas' blinds? Yeah, nigga mother thinks she too slick. She got like some old like motherfucking metallic like two-tone blinds in that bitch. Damn near a mirror. Like when you walk past, you could see yourself, but not really. You like, what the fuck? Then you notice, oh, that's a window. Oh shit, they blinds. Damn, Mom Dukes went ham with the gold and black in this bitch, didn't she? All the goddamn furniture got gold and black trimming and shit. Overboard, though. Yeah, that's this type shit.
I decided to proceed in...
it's on the mirrors and the blinds, bro. You ain't never been in there? That shit be everywhere, cuz. I know y'all been in them bitches. Where it's mega black and gold. You like, yo, god damn. Shorty got shit. You feel me? The knobs on the edges of the table and shit gold. You like, yo, everything in this bitch, where did shit come from?
To the outcome of the presentment of the photo arrays to ask you whether or not either of the witnesses made any sort of identification after reviewing the photo arrays.
Miss Canada made an identification.
So let's talk about Miss Canada. When you spoke with her prior to her viewing the photo array.
Yo, did she lose weight for the camera or she stressing?
Can you tell the judge what information that you gave to her?
I had advised Miss Canada that we were picking up the case file.
Man, she got hands like Scottie Pippen, to be honest. Them some big ass hands.
And reviewing it to see if there was anything that we could do to further the investigation.
We need baseball cards for these bitches. Niggas need to know our height and weight. Seriously, to know the type of size of person you're looking at.
Her about her recollection of the case. She recalled the events as they happened, as she had dictated back at the original date of the homicide to the original detectives. She indicated that she was living out of state and attending school.
Look at Val in the chat. Yo, look at these police, y'all. Yo, ain't it obvious now that they clearly police that be pushing these phony ass narratives? Ain't it? Hey, Val, just go ahead and dip off, bitch.
I told her that there was some physical evidence that we would process and hopefully lead us to a possible suspect or suspects.
At the time that you gave her that information, did you give her specific details about the defendant or any other suspect that you believed involved in the homicide?
No.
And did you indicate to her that you had in custody someone that you wanted to see whether she could identify from a photo array?
There was nobody in custody on this case, but we had photos, a photo of a possible suspect, but we didn't indicate that we knew who was involved.
At the time that you spoke with Ms. Kim,
I don't like the piping on this outfit. She definitely don't wear this shit no more.
the first time prior to her looking at the photo array, had you already put together the array that you intended to allow her to see?
No.
And so following that, were you...
But the city of Atlanta, it came back from a different database that we were using to fill our pictures. So
hold on, let's see what's going on, yeah.
Kind of get into my own spiel, okay?
Okay.
So,
we got a new cross exam. Oh, what's up with Holmes?
As I understand, you took over the case in November of 2018.
Miss Love is big as yo, and this a big ass dude. Niggas holler, she got more than one camera on her. What the fuck? I like that. That was creative, Elaine.
Around that point in time, that's when you, I guess, you just got the old files from, I guess it was Detective Mathis and I think it was Gentili. Okay.
The file is kept in a room, and those were the detectives that had worked on it prior to me.
Okay. And so what?
Yo, like a zesty defensive end, ain't he?
Whatever was in those files is what essentially composed your understanding of the case at that moment in time, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Oh, Bruce Smith ass nigga.
Okay. Beginning, I guess, your initial
Terrell Suggs type of nigga.
You understood that.
Oh, what the fuck he just did?
Beginning.
Yo, smacked the salt out his teeth. He sucked the salt out. That boy had some Sour Patch Kids. That boy crazy. Yo.
Beginning, I guess, your initial exploits into the case, you understood that one of the witnesses that made an identification.
That nigga just had a magic wand.
Exploits into the case.
Whoa.
I guess your initial exploits into the case.
Your hand. Whoa. Yo. You see how he just brought his hand up? I ain't never seen a nigga do that. Yo, look, check.
I guess your initial.
Look. Watch this. I've never seen a nigga lift his hand with a curve. That nigga lifted his hand and bent it. I never seen that.
Beginning.
Look.
I guess your initial exploits into the case.
Yo. Fuck. Yo, like he had the goddamn symphony.
I guess your initial exploits into the case. You understood that one of the witnesses that made an identification back in 2007, correct?
Damn.
The incident with Detective Mathis going and interviewing somebody because one of the witnesses had picked somebody.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
so
shit.
The report wasn't entirely clear. It wasn't as
Yo, that's a goddamn homicide, a cold case. So niggas talking about interviews from 2007. Damn. Bro.
report that you prepared. What kind of lineup had been done in 2007?
None.
None.
This individual, my understanding, the witness.
And which witness are we referring to, Mr. Good?
Oh, what, he just took a free throw? Bro, another thing I learned last night. Yo, I could fuck these people up. Hell yeah. These people trash. Hell yeah, the regular, the bottom level lawyers, man, these people phony as a motherfucker, y'all. Hell yeah, bro. I ain't even pat myself, bro. I'm talking about real rap. Real rap, bro. Only thing I need to work on is not rubbing the judge wrong. As far as attack and making key points, man, I don't know what the fuck these people doing. I didn't watch a lot of goddamn court cases, y'all. These lawyers is cheeks.
Then, or that would have been Miss Canada, because that report wasn't clear as well.
And I don't think it was either one of those two that identified somebody back in 2007.
Okay. And what makes you believe that?
I believe the...
Yo, don't fuck with your lawyer if his tie clip crooked. I swear to God. And if that nigga got his tie, he got the collar to where as though this button is not buttoned, but he got the tie all the way up with that button, that tie button unbuttoned. Nah, don't let him slide. Nah, y'all. Nah, how the fuck you paying attention to detail in my court case if you don't even give a fuck about your clothes, bro? Seriously. Ain't no way I should give a fuck more than them. He can't button it. Nah, immaculate. They got collars. The collar got a size. So anytime you getting money for your job and it's to wear a suit and you ain't going to get the motherfucker, you feel me? Come on, this ain't church or you ain't, come on, cuz. You really going to work. Like this one of the number one things, especially if you feel me?
Yeah. It's not identified in the supplemental report by Detective Mathis, so I guess I misspoke, but Gooden never identified, said he was a part of that. He didn't discuss previously identifying anybody, and I know it wasn't Miss Canada. She didn't previously identify anybody either.
This nigga cross-examines.
Did you speak to her specifically about that?
Correct. Okay. Asked if what kind of follow-up had been done with Miss Canada by the previous detectives, and she said very little, if any. And to tell you the truth, I didn't know that the deceased was her child's father. It wasn't mentioned anywhere in the file until we spoke. So she obviously didn't relay that information to any detective.
Damn.
Understood. Okay, so as part of reviewing that portion of documents, you also
all right. Fuck that, let's skip.
Put lighter skinned subjects in with this photo array.
What?
Now, I'm going to show you, or ask you rather, when you presented or showed the photographic array to Corey Goodman, the other witness in...
Hey, yo, is it me or did both of their faces change? Like Miss Love looked, yo, that's only 4 years ago, bro. She looked youthful in comparison, bro. This motherfucking case done put a toll on them. Cause Hilton looked youthful a little bit too, y'all. I'm gonna keep it real. Look.
To file a habeas corpus petition challenging the voluntariness of his guilty plea.
Saying you got 12 months to try to take back the plea or challenge the validity of the plea. You got 12 months to today's date.
Yes, ma'am.
And do you know what a
he was closer to the ongoings of the robbery, murder, and he wasn't confident that he could.
Attempted to elicit from the witness, but I contend he was not successful, is that the difference in the complexions of the filler photos and that of the defendant was so stark that it pointed to the inevitable conclusion that this is our guy. And in fact, most telling that that is not the case is the fact that Mr. Gooden was shown a photo array that contained 4 of the same fillers that the array shown to Miss Chris Canada contained, along with the defendant's photograph, and he made no identification of anyone in those photographs as the person that he remembers seeing on the night that Mr. Buchanan was killed. The court in Thomas versus State 310, Georgia 579 at 584, and I will give to the court the case law that I cite. I printed copies and gave to Mr. Franklin, hard copies of them, and I will provide them to the court as well. The court permits me to approach. Nothing that, which is what I believe Mr. Franklin's second half of his argument, why he didn't get, or if he remembered that the witnesses stated that the perpetrator may have had gold teeth or dreads, and Detective Zimbrick testified, well, this is the photograph I had, so I'm not going to put somebody with characteristics described of.
We don't get this angle. We don't get to see her facial expressions, y'all.
Of the shooter in an array with the defendant who has none of these photographs. That certainly would make him stand out. In Roseboro versus the State, 308 Georgia, 428 at 433, which is an April 6, 2020 case. In that particular instance, the defendant argued that the trial court erred by not suppressing a pre-trial identification from a photo lineup. And in that, the defendant argued that the prosecutor had not read an admonition from the police prior to the witness reviewing photographs that were shown on a telephone. The defendant argued there were an insufficient amount of fillers in the phone's pictures, and that in the identification photograph, the defendant was the only individual fully framed in the center of the photo and making an obscene gesture. The court found that none of those circumstances amounted to an unduly suggestive lineup procedure in which the prosecutor led the witness to a virtually inevitable identification of that defendant as the perpetrator. The court found that they have even held that the failure to read an admonition form, or the fact that a defendant may appear in multiple photos or be in a different position than other individuals in a photo, does not constitute an impermissibly suggestive lineup. In our case, motion to suppress, stopping at.
Someone may say, you're darkening this love. I do think that the potential for cross-racial identification type things played some of a role in this. Certainly a white person may, have.
Sure, yes. The point being is we didn't mind letting him go first because he obviously needed to get his flight. Yeah, my understanding was like an old case. Yeah. Oh, is that?
What you remember is the person is very, very dark. And see, and my conviction about it.
Her back is huge right here. God. Yo. She got back pads on? Fuck shoulder pads. Shorty came out. This some 1984 strong safety type shit right here in Pittsburgh Steelers, cuz. Fuck wrong with her? Steel curtain shit, bro. With the dumb face mask.
It's based on the thing I asked other folks in my office. I didn't say nothing but like, okay, I got a lineup. The description is very, very dark, dread and gold teeth. Right? So who would you pick if you quote unquote had to pick? Now I know the have to pick is not the absolute standard, of course. Every literally 5 people pick.
But if
they did it like she did it, and we were watching how much she did it.
Then you going brown.
No, I mean, she stopped at another before she pulled him out, and then she actually put them together.
You put whatever.
Yeah, but no, I was out like, these are.
Yo, this off the record? She talking with that boy lawyer? Off the record?
She dark, but he probably didn't bring. I like, he might get a star. That's how I would go. Hi.
Oh yeah, they off the record, baby. They geeking.
I see where you.
Yeah, they geeking.
So the argument I think you have making this. He's as dark as the other one, but the photo is dark, right? And he's dark, but it also appears like because it's a dark photo of a dark person. Versus the argument being
That is his lawyer. And they still talking about that shit, y'all. And they not in court right now. This crazy.
this is a fair photo. That's the argument.
Yeah, it's like the shade of.
I think I almost consider myself like that.
Oh, just to let y'all know, to the people that ain't here, Judge McBurney about to get a renovation in his courtroom. Yeah. So his audio and visual ray be crazy. I'm assuming they Ray step it up for the visual. Oh, and I found the mock trial. Yeah. How they started all of this internet shit. Yeah, y'all. I've been in the cut. Yeah, they did a mock trial. Sheriff Labad, all of the big wigs was in there. Yeah, with McBurney. Yeah. Yes. Yes. They gonna be sick of me. They gonna be sick of me. They gonna hit now. They Ray. You remember how we ain't know if Kente was hearing this shit? Well, these people Ray hear me now. Straight up. Somebody Ray tell him, yo, I don't know who the fuck this dude is. But you need to go back and erase some of that shit, cuz Holmes is going in that motherfucker and plucking shit out. This shit ain't right. But it's too late for him on that one with the new dude. Nah, I downloaded that one. Yeah, it's too late. Yeah, we timestamped that bitch. Yeah, I've really felt some type of way about that one. Yeah, I took that one personal. I let one slide. I let him slide with one. You feel me? I was watching one and they brought it up. I'm like, golly, bro, they crazy, right? Show the whole, you feel me? For no reason, right? So I'm like, I just skipped it. I was real upset. Then I seen something else where he was doing the same thing. He was exploiting the pain. He showed a video clip. I don't even want to talk about it. I'm sad I just thought about it just now. With a dude who was taking care of his mother. She was getting old. Yeah, I mean, real old type shit, right? So he basically, I don't even want to really talk about it. This nigga took pictures of her as she was dying, y'all. Video and pictures. They showing this shit in the court. This shit just like the other shit I was just telling y'all about, where they got Holmes laid up on the slab, naked. So look, I'm like, it's not only the fact that they naked and he breaking the rules on YouTube because of what it is. It's the fact of the lack of concern. He sit up here and act like he's so concerned with motherfuckers. Nah, you a lie, bro, because if you was, you would make sure this shit ain't never hit the joint. How about you talking about them like you cared? So he let families come up and talk every time in the courtroom when it's time to send a nigga up the road. But yet, you gonna show they motherfucking autopsy photos on your YouTube page for the world? So how that work? But guess who you not gonna find? Non-blacks. See, what's the coincidence, y'all? What's the coincidence, though, on that? Just mysteriously, this just don't happen to nobody else, though, as you going through the page. Y'all think I could find it? The time where it's somebody that's not black laid up there like that. Real rap. You think I could find it on his page? But mind you, I told you, that he conscious of what he putting up, because he was even being conscious for the whole court system telling him that he sent one of his helpers to go tell him to turn the chat off on another judge YouTube page because of the content. The comments was crazy. Yeah. So if you conscious enough to be worried about what the comments saying on another judge YouTube page, you ain't conscious that you putting up naked photos of people who passed away. Not once, though. Not once. Mind you, the system in his courtroom is set up by the state. Yeah. Yeah. It's state sanctioned to put it on YouTube, y'all. Yeah, you want to know how I know? He told me. See, it's another part where he talking to somebody and he tells them, if you want to find the YouTube streams, go to the Supreme Court Georgia page, and it got all of us listed, and you can find the YouTubes. He literally tells somebody in one of the videos when they first starting it. He tells somebody, oh, yeah, if anybody want to see the YouTube, go to such and such, and you'll be able to find it on the official site. So this is all funded by them, y'all. You think this is a part of their regular job? Hell no, it takes funding to do this, to tell a judge to add this into what he was already doing. And it's important. Yeah, this ain't no mistake. So let me guess, all these judge channels popped up when we was doing COVID. Do 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 do. Only the real. They want what money? They made a deal with YouTube. Because what if I told you that the page is not monetized? So YouTube getting all the money. Do 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 do. Yo, what's the motive when you the people that make money? Do 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 do.
But again, I'm shading. I've never been called myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if somebody wants to say,
oh shit, they got the stadium pads for the bleachers? Yo, shit. Shorty a cushion collector. How much she get paid to collect cushions, y'all? I can do that. They can let a regular nigga from around the way get that job. Straight up, a nigga will clean the shit out them cushions. Nigga will clean the shit out them cushions. The answer to it, with the people that own, that print money, what's their motive? More power and furthering the structure of what they have. So they basically built a big ass gerbil coliseum type shit. So they want their pets to live in like an advanced society that is a productive society that's built as like a mirage where you feel like it's a perpetual game, to where as though, you know, you kind of gotta like, in order to get to some of the things that's deemed to be perks, you got to put in a certain amount of work. Now, this benefits for them because technically on the outcome, you putting in blood, sweat, and tears that is currency, which is flow, which is, you know, life. And then it just start over, you know. See, the people that really get into the chicken, they know about the overall scheme and like long term. So like they actually planning for futures beyond theirs. So what's the slickest move? Once you complete everything that you want to do in your lifetime, then you start really like organizing. Well, how long can I extend my weight inside the system that's going on? So what I want to add to it, we got this overall thing that's already been set before us current, you know, people that got a hand in it even came. So first off, it's already a preset script going. You can only edit it slightly going forward what needs to be added for the future, right? I'm thinking like, you know, the people at the top of the game, right? Now, you inside the structure itself because you can't mess it up. You rely on the structure that's already there. So the things you can do to add to it, you can't like try to fix it or mend it or none of that. This is my impression of these people, y'all, that actually run shit. That's not worried about money. Nah, these the families who've been chipped in to buy the Federal Reserve and print money and create new currencies and cripple currencies that they didn't own. You understand? They been did this. Yeah, they did this shit before, you know what I mean, slavery started. Like, imagine that. You know what I mean? And look. Check this out. They did this beefing with themselves, too. Keep this in mind. We was so out of the mix of this, what we inside of, that they was beefing with themselves harder than us. Like, they kept us, yeah, allegedly, according to just, you know, American history. You feel me? You feel me? I'm just going off of some of the shit they say, y'all. Now, I ain't really no history buff, but sometimes I be listening to some of the shit they be saying, right? Some of it stand out. I be skipping a lot of it. That shit, I don't give a fuck about no, you know, the people coming from the south and fighting the people up north. Nah, fuck all that. When niggas talk about niggas had stole the Federal Reserve, now we talking. Fuck you talking about? The niggas own it. Huh? Who? You feel me? Now, they don't talk about that shit in school, did they? Did they? No. I swear to God. They ain't talk about that money. They teach you to go to work every day for the money, but they ain't teach you about the money. What the fuck? What the fuck? I mean, in context, do you need to be that well-rounded with all this shit, or you need to know how to get to the money? Right? Like, now being a grown-up and thinking about life, right? Didn't they waste a lot of your motherfucking time? Like, honestly, we trying to make people who don't need to rely on other people to survive, right? What the fuck language arts got to do with that? Respectfully, though, as you can see, I like to play with different types of little ideas and shit, you know? But like, yeah, all right, let me kick another one to you. I like math, but yo, what kind of math you used out in society that you learned after 6th grade? I'll wait. Now, you talking to a nigga who was learning it. I'm not turning it down. I'm getting into extracurricular shit I know you can't use. Niggas literally, I was doing the math that niggas tell you, oh, you need to get a career. This the shit you use for careers. Oh, all right, say less. I thought I was crazy because I was thinking, ain't no way, I ain't never seen a situation in regular life. You feel me? But as a young person, you trusting older people, you want some more. I mean, fuck it, they say niggas need it. But cap, then you got the nerve to hold a nigga to it. Yo, let's take a test about getting some shit you never gonna use. I'm gonna tell you the one that really took the cake, and I knew they was bluffing. This when I put my foot down. They say, I just come to a point where I'm really questioning what the fuck they doing with the school system, right? While I was in school, there's just one thing that really pissed me off. Now, mind you, I'm not cutting class. I'm not getting high, none of that, y'all. Now, I'm starting to question the bullshit they doing with the, teaching and shit, because I want to go forward. But they tell me I can't. I got to chill and wait for everybody else in the class. I'm looking for the next book, the next test, all this type shit, y'all. I swear to God. But look, right? One time I'm sitting there in a class I ain't like. This when science started really getting into some bullshit, right? So I'm really having a problem with what we've been working on lately. And it's taking a lot of time in in the school curriculum. It's the bones of the body. Yeah. So we've been going over this shit for some time now, right, in class. And then it just clicked to me. 206 bones? And they want to test on all these motherfuckers? It's some bullshit. Put my foot down. It's some bullshit. Holding kids to remembering 206 fucking bones of the body. This shit is out of pocket. This shit bullshit. This is bullshit. This is too far. This is too far. Dissecting a frog. Too far. Too far. This too much. I really was pissed. I'm looking to learn. But this shit right here, I'm not scared of it. I can't consume it. I see what it is. You want me to remember 206 fucking things that's in it. I get it. My people's in the medical field. I'm not ready to go in the medical field. For sure. For sure. So what we doing? No disrespect to this shit though. Nah, no, I ain't